All right, for this video, I want to talk about you. Not you, the internet, but you, the Sony A6500. Because you're pretty cool. All right, let's do it. Roll the intro. Roll it. Hey guys, welcome to another review. That was low energy. Let me try that again. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Welcome to another review. I appreciate your time. So this camera review will not be a full-blown tech review. It's gonna be more of a, here's why I bought the camera and here's what I'm loving about it. And also, here's why I'm thinking about potentially switching cameras. Maybe. This video will also focus primarily on the Sony A6500 video capabilities. This film is coming from my perspective. Duh. I'm a new filmmaker, and if you are too, I think this one can really help you. If you're thinking about making that initial purchase and investment into a camera, these are some things to think about. One other quick thing to think about as you're watching this is think about upgrading cameras. Is it necessary? I'm currently thinking about upgrading to a full frame camera, potentially the A7 III. As a new filmmaker, do I need full frame? Is it gonna add enough value compared to how much it's gonna cost more? That's something to think about as you watch this as well. And at the end, I'll give you my thoughts on that. All right, let's get into it. Most of these things are things that you probably already know about with this camera. Things you've already read or seen on other reviews. And they're things that I either didn't think were gonna be a big deal or didn't think were gonna be a big pro when I got it. And it's changed a little bit. My perspective after using it for 6 months regularly has changed. Let's start first with some positivity. Autofocus, autofocus, autofocus. Number one reason to buy this camera. Let me show you what I mean and not just tell you. To do that, we gotta head up to the roof. All right, let's do some focus tests. Whoa. Whoa. That's 425 phase detection autofocus points working hard. This camera has incredible autofocus. Yeah, you, right there. You beautiful camera, you. You're amazing at autofocus. Are you better than Canon? Maybe. Another really awesome thing about the Sony A6500 that I didn't know I'd love as much as I do is the build quality. So it's built out of magnesium alloy, big fancy metal, but it feels really nice in the hand. It's got enough weight that it feels really solid, but not too heavy. The grip is recessed and feels really good holding it. So the camera is very mobile. Being that it's a mirrorless camera, it's got a small body, which means you can take it anywhere you want and it doesn't feel obnoxious. It doesn't feel too big when you're out in public with it. So another incredible thing about the Sony A6500 is the video quality. So it can do full HD from 1 to 120 frames per second, which is awesome for that slow-mo. It can shoot 4K at 24 frames per second or 30 frames per second. Pair all of that with 5-axis in-body image stabilization, and you've got some pretty nice footage. I mean, really nice. Now, it doesn't quite have the Panasonic GH5 stabilization, but it's really good still. The video quality on this, I can't say it enough, is awesome. It's incredible. So now let's talk about what's most frustrating to me about the Sony A6500. The first thing has gotta be screen brightness. It's bad. Let's go to the roof and explain more. To the roof. All right, so screen brightness. Let's make sure the camera is on. Can you see anything? What is this? The issue is that when you're shooting 4K video, the camera dims the screen to prevent it from overheating and to save battery life. Both great things, but it makes the screen basically unusable. Second thing that's most frustrating to me about you is your screen. Specifically, it's your inability to do this. That's a really important move, at least for me it is. And you can't do that move, which is frustrating. You've got no flip screen. and I want a flip screen. We gotta go to the roof. I'll explain more up there. So composition. Set up your shot exactly how you want it. A couple takes, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna say important things. And then I gotta check out the shot. I didn't like that shot as much. Let's adjust something. In front of the shot again. Still not exactly what I want. Do you get the point? This takes a lot of time. That can be frustrating. And composition is so important. It's so important to know what's happening behind you. And without a flip out screen, your only real option is to hope you get it on the first take exactly how you wanted it, or you have to do multiple takes like I showed you. And that takes more time. And video production is all about time and being efficient with your time. Overall, the Sony A6500 is a really awesome complete package. Please keep in mind though, those issues that I brought up. So the screen brightness and no flip out screen. I initially didn't think these were gonna be major issues for me. And they haven't been major issues. There's workarounds, but they have still been issues. They've costed me more time and more headaches. So that's all we got. Those are some of the pros and some of the cons of the Sony A6500. Like I said earlier in the film, I am thinking currently of upgrading to the Sony A7iii, a full frame camera. And I think for me personally, as a new filmmaker, it doesn't make sense. I think I'm still learning the camera, I'm learning how to shoot video, learning how to edit, how to tell a story, and I don't think that a full frame sensor is gonna up my production value enough to justify the price. I don't think it's necessary. And maybe for you, if you're new to film as well, it might not be necessary. The other quick thing to note is, as I'm thinking about the Sony A7iii, it still has one big problem that the Sony A6500 has as well, and that's no flip screen. Sony, give me a flip screen. I really want it. All right, that's all we got. Thanks.